Okay, wait, hang on. I'm going to cut that. So wrong question. Let me come back to. Hi, I'm Feng-Yuan. I'm CEO and co-founder of BasisAI. BasisAI is an artificial intelligence startup backed by Temasek and by Sequoia. We build scalable and responsible AI software. Today, I'm going to answer a couple of questions about responsible AI from the internet. All right, let's get started. What is responsible AI? AI is a set of techniques and algorithms that helps to mimic human intelligence. But as AI starts making decisions like human beings, questions arise about how these decisions are being made and whether they're responsible. How did you come about to make this decision? Was it explainable? Were the considerations fair? And that's what responsible AI is all about. Right, let's get to the next question. What are the key principles for responsible AI? Well, there are a couple of key ideas when you talk about responsible AI systems. The first thing is, are the decisions explainable? Is the AI able to explain to you what were the factors that led to it making the decision? Or does it just say, because the computer says no? The second question is, are these decisions being made in an ethical and fair manner? An AI may be making systems that make companies more money, but are they treating men and women fairly? Are they treating people of color in the same way as others? The third principle with responsible AI systems is auditability. Once you've built a system, are you able to trace back to what were the different components that went into making that decision? And are you able to kind of review that exercise? And are you able to address concerns relating to it? So I like to think about explainability, fairness, and auditability as three key principles of responsible AI. Right, let's move on to the next question. What was the most surprising thing that you've seen from an AI system? So there was something that was released quite recently in the last couple of months, which was a language AI system called GPT-3. And what it does is that it's essentially journalists and writers' worst nightmare. So it's able to write essays and articles and sentences, and it is surprisingly good. So I was reading an article about GPT-3 and what it could do, how amazing it was, how they spent millions of dollars of cloud computing to train the algorithm. And then at the end of the essay, it was revealed that that article I read was actually written by GPT-3. So it was super surprising and pretty meta if you think about it. But that's GPT-3, and that's a really surprising use of AI. Right, next question. Interesting one. Could AI ever be criminally responsible? I see AI as a tool that helps human beings. And so ultimately, tools can be used for good or for bad. It really depends on who's wielding that tool. And so when an organization starts using AI, they need to ask questions like, how much am I going to trade off between making more money and making sure the AI systems are fair? How much am I going to delegate the individual decisions to an AI system without a human in the loop, without a human being reviewing those decisions of AI? So even if the human being is delegating those decisions, they're responsible for the design and the governance of these AI systems. So, at the end of the day, human beings and organizations still have to hold accountability, and they use AI primarily as a tool. So I think criminal responsibility still lies with the human beings using and designing the AI systems. Next question. What technology should be in an organization's tech stack to ensure they are developing AI responsibly? There are lots of governments and regulators starting to put out various frameworks and paper documents to regulate AI, what you should be thinking about. And I think it's really important that companies, especially technology companies, think about how they can work these regulations into their technology stack so that data scientists and their engineers have a way to make sure they're doing things in a responsible way rather than just checking the box. So it's really important you think about the governance of your AI systems. First of all, making sure you can explain the decisions of your AI systems so that they're not black boxes. The second thing is AI systems are always evolving. They're always learning from data and they're always picking up new things. So it's important to keep monitoring these AI systems even when they go live, right? There was that famous case of a chatbot that was learning the wrong thing and learning racist information from the internet. And so it's important to keep watch of your AI systems once they go live. So what BasisAI is doing is really building an AI operating system that helps to make sure that organizations can develop responsible AI. So it will help organizations remain compliant with AI governance frameworks, at the same time allow innovation from their data scientists and engineers. And we believe that innovation and governance really need to come together. Ooh, next very big question. Is AI an existential threat to humanity? Close your eyes and imagine, what do you see when you hear the words artificial intelligence or AI? Do you see this combination between these humanoid robots and aliens, a bit like the combination of Jaegers and Kaiju in Pacific Rim? Because that's not what I see when I close my eyes and I think about AI. When I close my eyes and think about what comes to mind is these, reams and reams of data streaming through. It's lots of algorithms and complex mathematics and statistics. Again, I see AI as very, very powerful tools rather than this conscious, sentient being that's going to take over the entire world. So no, I don't see it as an existential threat to humanity. At least not now, maybe in a couple of years. That's all the questions we have for today. I hope that you've learned something about responsible AI from this video. AI is a really important piece of technology, and it's with new technology, there's a lot of hype, a lot of fear, but it's really important to build trust in these new technology systems, and AI is no different. If we believe, and I believe, that AI is going to be a very powerful tool for generations to come, then it's important that AI is also used responsibly so that it can be a deep part of our technological, but also our social fabric for many generations to come. I'm Feng-Yuan from BasisAI. Thank you so much for watching.